if the currency in your pocket became worthless overnight? What if the global economy spiraled into chaos, altering life as we know it forever? This isn't a work of fiction, but a looming possibility, a doomsday scenario driven by hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is an economic nightmare where the prices of goods and services rise uncontrollably and money loses its value at an alarming rate. Technically, it's defined as an inflation rate exceeding 50% per month. In such a scenario, what costs $1 today might cost $2 tomorrow, rendering savings and fixed incomes virtually worthless. But what triggers this economic catastrophe? When governments print money irresponsibly to pay off debts or fund expenditures, it floods the economy with currency, diminishing its value. If investors and the public lose faith in an economy, they may rush to spend or invest money before it devalues further, accelerating inflation. When demand outpaces supply, prices surge. In times of crisis, panic buying can exacerbate this effect. Increased costs of production lead to higher prices for consumers, fueling inflation. History has witnessed the devastation of hyperinflation. Crippled by war reparations and debt, Germany printed money excessively. The result? A loaf of bread that cost 160 marks at the end of 1922 soared to 200 billion marks by late 1923. Political instability and land reforms led to a collapse in agricultural output in Zimbabwe. The government responded by printing money, leading to an inflation rate estimated at 79.6 billion%. Falling oil prices and economic challenges plunged Venezuela into hyperinflation, causing widespread shortages of food and medicine. Now, imagine hyperinflation on a global scale. In our interconnected world, the collapse of one major economy could trigger a chain reaction. International trade would grind to a halt, supply chains would fracture, and currencies could plummet collectively. Global hyperinflation would not just affect prices. It would undermine the very foundations of financial systems. The repercussions would be dire and far-reaching. Financial institutions could fail en masse, wiping out savings, pensions, and investments. With the banking system in disarray, access to credit would vanish, crippling businesses and halting economic activity. Global supply chains would fracture, leading to shortages of essential goods, food, medicine, fuel. Even countries not initially affected by hyperinflation could suffer as international trade grinds to a halt. With economies collapsing, funding for technology and infrastructure would dry up. Power grids could fail, communication networks could go dark, plunging societies into darkness. Education, healthcare, and other critical public services would deteriorate. Hospitals might lack basic supplies, schools could close indefinitely, and public safety services could become non-existent. Desperation breeds unrest. Crime rates could skyrocket as people struggle to survive. Law enforcement, overwhelmed and under-resourced, might be unable to maintain order. As living conditions deteriorate, populations might flee their countries in search of stability, leading to unprecedented refugee crises and straining international relations. Economic collapse could halt environmental protections. Desperate for resources, societies might exploit natural reserves unsustainably, leading to long-term ecological damage. In the power vacuum created by failing governments, authoritarian leaders might seize control, promising stability at the cost of freedom and human rights. Competition for dwindling resources could heighten tensions between nations, increasing the risk of conflicts on a global scale. The fabric of society would unravel. Trust in institutions, governments, and even fellow citizens could erode completely. In such a world, survival becomes the primary focus, overshadowing progress, innovation, and culture. Is this dystopian future unavoidable? Perhaps not, if decisive actions are taken now. Governments must avoid excessive debt and refrain from overprinting money. Fiscal responsibility is key to maintaining currency value. Diversifying economies and investing in sustainable growth can build resilience against global shocks. Collaborative efforts can prevent the spread of economic crises. Shared policies and mutual support could stabilize economies before tipping points are reached. By closely monitoring economic signs, early indications of hyperinflation can be addressed promptly, avoiding full-scale collapse. Cryptocurrencies, utilizing blockchain technology, offer an alternative to traditional fiat currencies. Decentralized and less susceptible to inflationary pressures from excessive money printing, they could provide a hedge against hyperinflation. By adopting cryptocurrencies, individuals and economies might protect their wealth from devaluation, ensuring more stability during economic uncertainty. History also offers lessons in recovery. By introducing a new currency, the Rentenmark, backed by land values, Germany managed to stabilize its economy and restore confidence. Adopting foreign currencies helped Zimbabwe curb hyperinflation temporarily, providing a semblance of economic normalcy. In the face of hyperinflation, many Venezuelans turned to cryptocurrencies as alternatives to the unstable bolivar. Digital currencies provided a means to store value and conduct transactions beyond government control. These examples show that recovery is possible, but it requires swift action, innovation, and sometimes a willingness to embrace unconventional solutions. The specter of hyperinflation serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of our global economy. While the possibility of a doomsday scenario exists, awareness and proactive measures can alter our course. Embracing innovation, such as cryptocurrencies, alongside responsible policies, could be key in steering toward a more stable future. The choices we make today will determine the world of tomorrow.